Okay, so that's it, other than...
Except for our big announcement that we told you we had for today.
Did you know we had a big announcement today?
They're like, what big
Some of you knew we had a big announcement today. This is great. Where do we rip the Band-Aid off, or do we slow roll it?
Yes, I'm going to rip it off right now. So our big announcement is that we are ready to change locations again for physical locations for Sojo.
And it's a good thing. That's...
It really is. You know how sometimes, and I totally get that, like with church especially, I totally get if you don't trust this because church communication is the worst, but maybe the fact that I'm saying that will help you trust a little bit more. Sometimes church announcements are like, this is a positive thing, and it's totally not. BS, I hate that. So I'm just telling you, I tell you when things are shitty, and this is not shitty, this is really exciting for us. It is coming from a place of definitely feeling, you know how you can feel pushed out of a place, and then you can feel pulled, and they're different. We don't even remotely feel pushed out of this place. This place has been so hospitable to us, especially the people here who've hosted us at Christ Lutheran for the past...
Good people.
How long have we been at this one? 4?
Well, if you minus 18 months in which we're in Ben and Karen and Matthew's back room, yes, 4 years here in Christ Lutheran.
Yes, but they've been incredible, and it's been a really amazing opportunity to be here, to partner with them on some things. But this is a poll. Should we go through the reasons? What should we do next?
Well, yeah, let's take it back to the beginning. So we started Sojourn Grace in Kate and mine's living room back in the spring of 2014. And I think we were cramming at the end there about 50 humans into our tiny North Park home. We did that for about 3 or 4 months, and then we found Garfield Elementary. And so we spent about 2.5, 3 years at Garfield Elementary. And during this time, not only were we still a portable, transitory church, but we were church in a van. And so I drove around an old KUSI news van that every week we would unload speakers and musical equipment and decoration, and we would cart it all into the school, and we'd set up our church, and then we'd tear it all down and shove it. I do kind of miss. It was adorable. It was nostalgic, but I've been in chiropractic care ever since then. That is not even a joke. So we're like, we need to be out of the van business. Like, this isn't a sustainable model to just keep doing van. And that's one of the reasons that led us here to Christ Lutheran in Pacific Beach, because they said, like, you still got to set up and tear down every week, but yeah, you can store stuff. So we have stuff that we used to store under the stage and stuff that we store back on the closet, so we can keep our things here. And this, as Kate said, has been a wonderful home for us for the past 4 years. But then something happened when we returned back here after being a solely virtual church for about 1.5 years. And it hit me that very first Sunday. Where's Alyssa? Alyssa, are you? Yeah, it hit me that very first Sunday when we were packing down, and I was packing up all the cables and the cords and everything, and Alyssa asked me how to do it. I just started crying. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this again. And by this, I just mean setting up and tearing down church every Sunday.
Yeah, you know when you have space from something and then you go back to it, and that's when you realize you can't do it. It was that, yeah. Can't do it anymore. Nope.
So
done. Also, the folks want to know if the new location is in Nottingham, England.
We're coming to you. Sorry, everyone. We're moving to England.
Genuinely can say that I wish, but no.
I think Holly and Clan would hold us well there. No, so Kate and Ben Grace Gilmore, as well as some of our elders, put together a search team committee, and you guys spent a good amount of time looking at different venues and opportunities and touring places and finding options. And so why don't you tell us what we found?
Yeah, so I will say that the process of finding a place that fits the very specific needs of this thing is real weird and real hard. And so actually we found this place because we were sending out emails to other churches that might have a service at a different time. We were sending out emails to just like event spaces, and then just nothing was working out because either they were meeting at the exact same time as us, so they didn't have space, or they were like, oh yeah, you could come if you set up all your stuff every Sunday, right?
Or like, there's nowhere for your kids to be, but...
Oh yeah, great space for like main gathering, but no classrooms, and just on. And then I was kind of giving up and like, okay, I guess we're always gonna do this at Christ Lutheran. And then Ben just cold emailed. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna blank on the name.
I still haven't locked it in. Do you want to just go to the next slide? It'll tell you.
Go to the next slide.
Okay, so we're going
Children's
to
Creative and Performing Arts School, or what Stephen calls.
Kakapa. Rolls right off the tongue.
It doesn't make it any easier to say.
So we're going back to North Park. We're going back to North Park, back to our roots. This place is right on El Cajon Boulevard, right off the 805. So all of you that drive, which is everybody except for Nico.
All the other freeways too. The 8 is right there, the 94 is
Yes,
right there.
just south of the 8, right off the 805. Way easier to access for, I would say, 97% of the people
and
who.
I'm sorry, 3% of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Sorry.
So this is right on El Cajon Boulevard. It used to be a bank, and then it used to be a mortuary, which Kate got really excited about.
Very happy about
And now it's a creative performing arts school. So go to the next slide. So we've got, this is what the indoor space is. And one of the big things that drew us to this place is Alex and his wife, Rosine. Rosine is like the principal, runs the whole thing, and Alex is
her right-hand man.
Right-hand man. And Ben and Karen and Kate and I were asking Alex, like, so could we like leave our sound system up? Oh yeah, that'd be great. Can we leave our lights up? Oh yeah, that'd be great. Can we like install a projector and a screen? Oh, would you please? It was, so we are thrilled that we have a sort of semi-permanent installation. Obviously chairs will go up and come down, but that's what, our oldest son is for. You've been doing a great job, Zeke. Thank you for that.
What our oldest son is for.
You go to the next slide, you can see that's the stage area. So it's already a really cute, fun space, but it's got a ton of potential. And the partnership ideas that we were already brainstorming around how to freshen it up and bring some life and some coziness to it was really exciting. And then the kids, why don't you talk about the kids, because there's 2 slides for that.
Yeah, so one thing that has been really important to me right now is kids are going back to school in a pandemic, and so they're stuck inside all day, every day with masks on, and it's really hard. So I've been dreaming up, what if we had a space where they didn't ever have to go indoors to help with that? And so this space has that. You can't tell from the pictures, but there's actually so much outdoor space. This is just one of the spaces where the older kids are gonna hang. And you can see that they do different activities out there, and there's lots of tables and chairs, and then a bunch of just clear, open, paved space that they can do ball games and different outdoor activities. But then there's a whole preschool that also has a covered playground and outdoor area, so we can start telling our families, like, if you come, your kids aren't stuck indoors masked. It can be like when they're at recess at school, and they get a little bit of freedom, like their mask breaks at school. We can mimic that here and not have to have them stuck in a non-ventilated classroom again. We're already doing that during the pandemic. So that makes me very happy. Yeah.
The next slide is just kind of looking down that little outdoor alleyway. Oh, look, it's in the middle of us. Really great outdoor space. So the plan, go to the next slide then. So then just to recap, our next home, the Creative and Performing Arts Academy, it is centrally located. You can see right there, right off the 805, just south of the 8.
We still have a collective conversation question on there, so it's making it hard to see the list.
Would someone who knows eCam go clear that for us?
Someone who knows.
Perfect. Thank you. You did it. Centrally located. We're going back to North Park. Another big draw for us, I mentioned Rosine and Alex. Like, we adore this couple. And we adore the work that they do, and we're excited to actually use our church's resource/rent money to fund a really kick-ass program and school and individuals. So that we toured some other places where it was or we could help fund the patriarchy. We didn't want to go that route.
Did you just say that out loud?
I did. Let's edit that out of the podcast later. Outdoor area for kids, and like we said, a semi-permanent install of equipment. So we're really excited for this for all those reasons and more. And so here's the plan. Go ahead.
Really quick before you get to that plan, I just want to say, for us, this was huge in going back to our original value when we started. We really wanted
thank you.
We really wanted to be a true community church that partners with the neighborhood that we're in and serves the community. And we love PB, and we are so grateful for this location, but we just didn't ever feel that connection or make that happen. And being back in North Park, we're excited to just get back to that idea of really partnering with other organizations that already exist in North Park and really being a service church, a church that serves the community and partners with the community. So that is one of our goals for being back in North Park.
Cool. So we've been doing these Sabbath Sundays since we've returned back to meeting in person, which is the last Sunday of each month. We've said no church service as we sort of practice slow rolling a transition back into some sort of post-pandemic life. And so what we're going to do for this month, instead of having service on Sunday, October 31st, it's going to be our moving day. So we're going to invite you to come in the morning and help us pack up all of our stuff. Throw it in your car, throw a bin in your car, throw a music stand in your truck, and then we'll sort of caravan over to the new space together, bring all the things in, have a big pizza party in the outdoor space, and that'll be our Sunday morning time together. And I hear costumes are semi-required. That's all you really wanted to know. Like, can I wear a costume? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And then the next Sunday, November, I think that's the 6th or something, will be our first Sunday. And we'll go from there. Season chapter number 24 of Sojo. I don't know what stage we are yet, but.
Oh, and those last Sundays of the month, we've been wanting to transition them from being Sabbath Sundays to service Sundays. So we're hoping that those can start now that we're in North Park, being the last Sunday of the month. We're not taking church off. We're just reminding ourselves that church is being out in the world and serving. So those last Sundays will be finding service projects to partner in the community and do that together.
So there we go.
All right.
We're very excited. Thank you. There'll be more information and details to come. But
I saw you filling in some gaps for me in the comments, so thank you for that. Is there anything huge that we missed? Because I do this out of body. Oh,
that's a good story.
Thank you. That's so important. So Alex and Rosine asked us, like in a, you know that hesitant, like,
so you're a church.
And Karen was saying it's important to point out because we are always hesitant going into spaces. Is this going to be a place where our people at Sojo can show up fully as who they are? We have just dedicated ourselves to that mission of safety for people to show up exactly as they are. And so we're always hesitant when we go into other spaces. And this time it was fun to have the people who are going to be hosting us be like worried about what kind of church we are, because they wanted to make sure that their kids in their school were safe with us, and that they weren't supporting some sort of organization that made their kids unsafe. And so they were like, we serve a really diverse community and we want to make sure that we're working with people where that's a good fit. And that's a really good point. Thank you.
So that was fun.
This is a perfect fit in that way. Okay.
All right.
Love you all. What? And there's parking. Yes, North Park, the big scare, right?
They do have a parking lot.
There's several different parking lots and spaces.
Very exciting.
Yes. And
Very
street
exciting.
parking in that spot in that area is actually pretty great on Sundays too. So, and oh my gosh, how fun will it be to be able to like do North Park brunch and coffee and lunch with each other?
I was going to say
We're across the street from
drag
a drag
brunch.
bar. Speaking of our community and the kind of safe that we do, that is it. Oh, and we should have said we're moving to 10 a.m. because we can now.
We should say
That's a
that.
big part of the announcement. We're moving to 10 a.m. Y'all have begged us to not be so late, but we couldn't do anything about it because of sharing space here. We had to stagger our services, but this place is not a church, and so we get to start whenever we want, so we're moving it to 10, so it's not in that awkward, like, not lunch. Yes, I think that's a clap. Yay. 10 a.m. Back to 10, which is what we always did before. We just switched it when we moved here. So 10 a.m., North Park, yay.
All right.
I forget what we're doing next.
We're doing, I think,
Song?
music, right?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. Thanks, everybody.